Now, back in the heady 1960s, our final guests were cast to form the first and some say best boy band ever. Touring the world, performing their hits Daydream Believer, Last Train to Clarksville and I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, they provided the soundtrack to teenage lives on both sides of the Atlantic. At the height of their success, their bubblegum pop music outsold the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined. Welcome Davey, Peter and Mickey, the Monkees! Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How was it arriving with Sherry in the back of your car?
It's not a car. Do you use that car all the time?
Not ever.
That's the first time we've had a woman in the back of that car.
Oh, you left her in the back, didn't you?
We didn't mean to leave her in the back.
Yeah, you all got out and left
We
her.
were being told by the cameraman to just get out and start walking.
Leave her there.
Probably makes more money than we do, probably.
You're on tour in the UK at the moment.
Yes, we are.
How's that going?
It's going incredibly well. We're getting great reviews and packed houses, and we play.
No accounting for taste?
Yeah, no accounting for taste.
Mickey,
Royal
what
Albert
kind
Hall
of
tomorrow
people
night.
are going? I'm fascinated because you go back so far. What age groups are you getting?
Everything. It's like the three generations sometimes.
I think a lot of bands will tell you that too, that they're getting the Stones
sure.
or McCartney in America when he tours. He says that he gets all kinds of, you know, different audience, different age groups.
My
It's great.
husband went to see it at Manchester Apollo last Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He said it was one of the best gigs he's been to as a musician.
Oh, good. Oh,
And he
excellent.
said it was absolutely brilliant and it was packed.
Well, we're singing a lot of different songs, you know. We have I'm a Believer and Daydream Believer and Clarksville and that's, but we just picked some other songs off
Didn't
the
we pick
albums.
another Believer song? There's another...
Yeah.
Saturday
We're
Believer
doing stuff
album.
from the movie Head, which Jack Nicholson wrote for us, and some wonderful songs by Peter,
Yeah, I
by
got two
Carole
songs.
King, by Mike Nesmith, and we're doing that
Diamond's
whole
also
album.
written
We're doing
for
the whole
you.
album, and with video from the movie and stuff. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So it's going to be something, obviously, for the nostalgic. Did you expect that 45 years on you would still be touring and
I
performing?
didn't think I was going to live to be 40.
I couldn't count that high.
They say if you remember the 60s, you weren't really there.
I remember the 60s.
I'm told I had a good time.
Okay. When you look back at the show, I'm sure you have done, do you have such fantastic memories of it? Because I know I remember it so well.
Did you have to
Iffy and
work so
Biffy.
Well, who are you asking?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, no,
of course,
it was-
it's different for all of us. You know, we're all individuals. I remember the
Except
show
for me,
quite
I'm not
fondly.
an individual. I'm just everybody.
I mean, it was exciting for me the first day I met Circus Boy. That was a good thing for me. You know,
That was a
because
show
Mickey
I
had
did
already
when I
been in
was a kid.
television for about 3 years. I was on Broadway in a show. Peter was travelling.
I was just a folk singer. I just...
And
It's
Mike...
an amazing idea that you all answered an ad and you turned up and you...
Actually, only Mike answered the ad. It's true. It's true.
Really?
Michael was the only one who actually answered the
I'd
ad.
already had a series, so one had one's own private audition.
And
What did
David
you do
was
for your
already...
audition? Mickey, what did
Johnny
you...
Be Good.
You sang and played?
Yeah, I sang and played Johnny B.
I didn't think
What
you could
about
play.
being the drummer, though, Mickey?
They cast me as the drummer, and I said, fine. You know, show me where do I start?
Well, the way that happened, actually, they said who's going to be the drummer, and Peter, Mike, and I took a step backwards, and he got...
And is it true you weren't a drummer, you were a guitarist? So
I was
you
a
had to
guitarist,
learn
an actor, obviously singer, and, but you had to play an instrument and sing to be able to get through the auditions. You know, the Monkees ultimately was like Glee. You know, it was the Monkees was a television show about this imaginary group, like Glee is a TV show about an imaginary
think
Glee
of
club,
Glee?
but they can actually do it.
Yeah. What do you think of them?
I think it's a great show. Yeah, and they can all actually sing and play and dance. And
I mean, there's an audience for everything, you know? I mean, so if these kids and these people are going out and doing big concerts, it's sort of like American Idol or English Idol. These are the biggest concerts in the country, you know? I mean, in America as well. And the kids are clamouring to it, live music, live performance. I think that's what show business is about.
Are you enjoying it more now, going back on the road now, than possibly you did then when all the pressure was on there?
I've enjoyed every tour reunion tour we've ever done, starting with our first annual 20th anniversary reunion tour
In '86.
In '86, every single one has been more fun for me than the one before.
I'm enjoying the show more. I'm enjoying the traveling less. I don't travel well. I'm like a fine wine, you know, just lying on my side in the dark. Like
We get paid to travel, we don't get paid to work. But we, on stage, it clicks because it's sort of like, I'm sure in years to come, I'm sure it'll be many years before you all separate and go your own ways, that you'll look back and say, hey, we had a great time doing this. And
Now, between you have 10 daughters, is that right?
all girls.
All daughters, all girls. That's useful. How would you say your parenting skills are? Are you free form or are you strict?
Who are you asking?
Ask him.
Okay.
I can only say that you'd have to ask my ex-wives. Because being an entertainer and travelling all the time, they are really responsible and they're the ones that do the work, you know. We're just out there on the road travelling around the world doing stuff. It's a difficult job, you know, being a pop personality.
Right, person of our...
But I think the mums, they were the ones responsible. I think that's important.
Mickey, would
to
you
let
agree with
people
that?
know.
We seem to agree. I was married twice with children, and we seem to agree that you have to create a structure because later on in life they're going to need it, and if you don't give them the, you know, some sort of skills to cope with reality, and childhood isn't.
As if we knew anything about reality.
Give them some sort of skills to cope when they get out in the real world.
Sure.
You know.
Mickey, what's on the new album? Is it all new stuff?
We don't have a new album.
The Monkees don't, but you do.
Oh, my new album.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, thank you very much for asking. I did an album dedicated to Carole King called King for a Day. Because she wrote many great Monkey tunes, and I was always a big fan. So got a record company to release an album called King for a Day, where I do all Carole King tunes.
I have an album too
Very
called
good.
She. It's got all those sort of classic tunes, Fly Me to the Moon, She, Wonderful World,
I've heard both of
Cry,
them.
Johnny
All right,
Ray.
well, back to Monkey
that
World.
stuff.
You have got an album out that's the best of the Monkees.
Oh, that's true. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. That
Oh,
is-
I haven't seen
Here
it.
it is.
I'm
I
having a
haven't
look
seen
at
it.
it. It's all the great songs that you
Is
would
it worth
expect.
£25,000? Is what I want to know.
Do you know more
There
if you
was an
signed
old
it?
monkey who lived in a shoe.
So where are you performing tonight? Are you on tour
Tomorrow
tonight?
night,
or-
Royal Albert Hall.
Schwarzenegger sang on the topic.
Fantastic.
And it's sold out. But
Oh, shame.
you give me a call, I know somebody.
Okay. Do you know, it's
We'll work
not...
something out.
I like him. I like him. It's been so lovely to have you on the show. An absolute
Is our time up?
honor. Your time is
I feel like I've
up.
just barely scratched the
Hey, you were
surface.
talking about makeup and all that stuff we were
Yeah.
watching, right? And my kids say to me that I'm JGE, and I said, what's that? And they said, just gay enough.
Well, we say you're the Monkees. The Monkees, everyone.